Hey guys, BMR here today with the Machina Rune guide for the final expansion of Shadowverse 1. So I think that this is one of the best decks of the format. It very consistently OTKs on turn 6, and if not, then turn 7. And only a few decks have any form of real counterplay to it, so I definitely recommend this if you're trying to climb to Grandmaster, or alternatively if you're trying to win tournaments. So in terms of the deck list, I prefer the variant with 2 Rocket Broom Witch and 1 Tech Wizard. The main reason behind this is because if you already draw 1 Tech Wizard, it guarantees the connected Heart Search to get Tetra, and vice versa. If you draw double Rocket Broom Witch, you are guaranteed to get Tech Wizard and Tetra. So I like this level of control in terms of what you're going to be searching. Some people prefer 3 Rocket Broom and 2 Tech Wizard. It is hypothetically a little bit more likely to get the OTK, but I just don't think it's necessary. I think I would prefer to have that level of control, and Ginger, to be honest, fills the gap quite well. So in terms of the basic mulligan, you always keep connected Hearts and Runes Vylon. They're your main combo pieces. They search for your Tetra and also your Tech Wizard, and they keep your hand size up. In addition, I keep a Amaryllis against aggressive matchups like Artifact in particular. You can also combo keep it if you already drew Runes of Vylon and Connected Hearts. Ginger you can sometimes keep if you're going second, or if you have Runes of Vylon, so you can actually discount it in time. In terms of the early game, I would just search for the combo pieces, so you play your insights and your draw twos and all that type of stuff. If you drew Ginger, you play towards reducing it as soon as possible, so hopefully by around turn 5. And so in terms of using Ginger, there's a whole section here, so if you draw it early, boost it ASAP. In terms of when you're using it for the combo, you can use it as a substitute for 2 playpoint Tetra. Alternatively, you play it on a 3 playpoint Tetra to get a 1 playpoint Tetra in hand, and then you use that 1 playpoint Tetra on the following turn, and then you play the Ginger spell on it, you play another one, so it's a really cheap way of getting Tetra. You don't need Tech Wizard in that situation, and you can still get the OTK. So if you don't have the combo in the mid-game, you can use it on itself for the clear, and you heal for 3. And then you evolve the Ginger, so you can get another token spell at the end of the turn. And so if you drew 2 Ginger, you don't play them in the same turn, you play 1 on the first turn, and then you play the Ginger the turn after, so you can double token to heal for 6 and do 6 AoE damage, so it'll usually buy you an entire turn. So on turn 5, if you have drawn the entire combo, then you should play Tech Wizard. That will secure you lethal. Even if you are missing exactly 1 combo piece, you can still play it. That just means that you're going for the turn 7 OTK instead. Note that you do need 2 0 playpoint Machina cards for the turn 6 OTK, so just be careful when you use that 0 playpoint droid that the Tech Wizard gives you. And also, if you don't have the combo, consider carefully how you're going to get the Copium win condition. Sometimes you need to hardcast a Tetra to exchange it into a 2 playpoint Azul Blast. Sometimes you just want to discount your Ginger. There's too many situations like that, so just think about it once you're a bit more familiar with the deck. So in terms of the OTK setups for turn 6, so you've got a very standard Amaryllis OTK. So all you need is 1 playpoint Amaryllis, 2 playpoint Tetras, and then 2 0 playpoint Machina cards. And so that's just lethal. You just clear their board, and then you do 24 damage to face. Triple Tetra is the same, so you play triple Tetra, 2 0 play points, you crash over their board, and then you do 24 damage. And the style OTK, once again, is 4 Tetra. It's very rare, but it's quite stylish, so keep that in mind. It also does 24 damage. In terms of OTK starts from turn 7 and onwards, so it's exactly the same as above, except you need 1 less 0 playpoint spell, or a 3 playpoint Tetra instead of a 2 playpoint Tetra, so that can be quite useful. Okay, so turn 7 OTK, if you did not draw Tech Wizard, you can still get lethal as long as you drew Ginger. So for example, Tetra, 1 playpoint, play the Ginger, play another Tetra. And then if you either have Azul Blast or Amaryllis, and depending on how many copies of repair mode you have, you will have lethal. On turn 8 OTK, so if you don't draw Ginger, this is a very copium lethal, but you can pre-evo Tetra, play 2 Azul Blasts that you got from the previous 2 Tetras, and then go for game that way. Hopefully you'll never be in that situation. Most of the time you're going to die before turn 8 anyway, but it's worth keeping in mind just in case. So securing lethal through the board. In reality, on turn 6, almost no deck is going to be able to put up the threat on the board, but here's some tips on how to clear the board, right? So first of all, your Tetra's second effect does 1 random ping for 2 damage, so make sure to time that correctly. Second of all, your Evolved Tetra can attack any 4 attack or less follower at any time, so this can actually pave the way for your 2 damage ping. Also, you can use your 3-1 rushes at any time to make it easier for your pings. And then finally, after your first Tetra adds the Azul Blast, you can actually use it to trade into any 5 or more attack follower, because you don't care about Tetra being in the field anymore. So it's very common against Artifact in particular when they drop a 7-7 on the board. Sometimes that's the last card you clear, and you clear it by using your first Tetra that's already got the Azul Blast to clear it to 7-2, and then you still play your combo, and it will do 21 damage to face. That's lethal. So Arts of Trust, by the way, it just lets you beat any board. So if you have that, the above, you don't even really need to think about it. It clears everything. And that's pretty much it. So if anything in the guide is not particularly clear, you can also watch recorded gameplay footage. So I got 5-0 in the final stage recently, so that's also on my YouTube. And apart from that, I hope that this guide was helpful to you guys. Hopefully you can get Grandmaster with it, or you win some tournaments. And I'll see you guys next time, or potentially in Worlds Beyond.